शिव जयो जयो गौरचन्दे आरतिक शोभा शिव जयो जयो गौरचन्दे आरतिक शोभा शिव जयो जयो गौरचन्दे आरतिक शोभा जानवी तटवाणी जगमनलोभा जानवी तटवाणी जगमनलोभा किबदखिनिताय चाँद भमे गददारा किबदखिनिताय चाँद भमे गददारा निकटे अद्वैत श्रीनि वासचत्रधारा निकटे अद्वैत श्रीनि वासचत्रधारा किबबोषि अचे गौरचाँद रत्नसिंहासन किबबोषि अचे गौरचाँद रत्नसिंहासन आरती कोरेन ब्रह्मा आदिदेवगाने आरती कोरेन ब्रह्मा आदिदेवगाने किबसि आरती कोरेन ब्रह्मा आदिदेवगाने किब नरहरि आदिकोरि चामरदुलाय किब नरहरि आदिकोरि चामरदुलाय संजया मुकुन्द वासु घोषादिगाय संजया मुकुन्द वासु घोषादिगाय किब शङ्कर भजे खण्ड बाजे भजे करतारा शिव शङ्कर भजे कंठ बाजे भजे करतारा मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परमरसारा मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परमरसाला शंख बाजे गंड बाजे मधुर मधुर माधुर बाजे 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 दुर माधुर माधुर बाजे शंख बाजे गंड बाजे बाजे करताला मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परमरसाला शंख बाजे गंड बाजे Madhur 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 Baje Shanga Baje Ganda Baje Madhur 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 Baje Gaurange Aarti Shobha Jaga Janamana Lobha Gaurange Aarti Shobha Jaga Janamana Lobha Jaga Janamana Lobha Gaurange Aarti Shobha Jaga Janamana Lobha Gaurange Aarti Shobha Jaga Janamana Lobha Jaga Janamana Lobha Jaga Janamana Lobha Kiba Bahu Kodi Chandrajini Vadana Ujjwala Kiba Bahu Kodi Chandrajini Vadana Ujjwala Galadeshe Vanamala Kore Jalamala Galadeshe Vanamala Kore Jalamala Kiba Shiva Shuga Narada Preme Gadagada Kiba Shiva Shuga Narada Preme Gadagada Akati Vinoda Deke Gaura Sampada Akati Vinoda Deke Gaura Sampada Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Nila Madhurada Nila Madha Sri Radhe. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha. Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Sita Ram, Jaya Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram, Jaya Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivarjakarya Ashtottara Sri Srimad His Divine Days Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivarjakarya Ashtottara Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananda Gaudiya Vaishnavanta Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण का श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय. वृंदावन धाम की जय. मधुर धाम की जय. नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय. जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय. गंगा माई की जय. यमुना माई की जय. तुलसी देवी की जय. भक्ति देवी की जय. समवेद भक्ति वृंद की जय. Gaur Premanande Hare Hare Bol. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Daine. Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho. Yeto yami tato Narsimho. Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho. Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho. Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prabhati. Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prabhati. Tavagara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Sringam Dalida Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringam Kesavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Amalavare Nakham Adbhuta Sringam Dalida Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringam केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय भक्त प्रहलाद 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 नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नरसिंह भगवान की जय
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai Gaura Premanande Haribo Haribo Haribo. Oh, thank you for coming tonight. And in spite of the fact that it's raining very badly, and most people don't come, so you have come, so it's very special. So thank you very much. Tonight we're going to hear from Krishna consciousness, Hindu cult, or divine culture. And this is from Prabhupada's book called The Science of Self-Realization by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And Prabhupada writes, Krishna consciousness, Hindu cult, or divine culture? Sometimes Indians, both inside and outside of India, think that we are preaching the Hindu religion, but actually we are not. People should not think that we are preaching a sectarian religion. No, we are simply preaching how to love God. We are giving a spiritual culture that can solve all the problems of life. And therefore, it is being accepted all over the world. And that's true. And Prabhupada was saying this many, many years ago, But today, the Hare Krishna movement is spread all over the world. There is a misconception that the Krishna consciousness movement represents the Hindu religion. In fact, however, Krishna consciousness is in no way a faith or religion that seeks to defeat other faiths or religions. Rather, it is an essential cultural movement for the entire human society and does not consider any particular sectarian faith. This cultural movement is especially meant to educate people in how they can love God. Sometimes Indians both inside and outside of India think that we are preaching the Hindu religion, but actually we're not. One will not find the word Hindu in the Bhagavad Gita. Indeed, there is no such word as Hindu in the entire Vedic literature. This word has been introduced by the Muslims from provinces next to India, such as Afghanistan, Baluchistan, and Persia. There is a river called Sindhu bordering the northwestern provinces of India, and since the Muslims, they could not pronounce Sind properly, they instead called the river Hind, and it became Hindu. And the inhabitants of this tract of land they called Hindus. In India, according to the Vedic language, the Europeans are called Mlechas or Yavanas. Similarly, Hindu is a name given by the Muslims. India's actual culture is described in the Bhagavad Gita, where it is stated that according to the different qualities or modes of nature, there are different types of men who are generally classified into 4 social orders and 4 spiritual orders. This system of social and spiritual division is known as Varnashrama Dharma. The 4 Varnas, or social orders, are Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras. The 4 ashramas, or spiritual orders, are Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. The Varnashrama system is described in the Vedic scriptures known as the Puranas. The goal of this institution of Vedic culture is to educate every man for advancement in the knowledge of Krishna or God. That is the entire Vedic program. When Lord Chaitanya talked with the great devotee Ramananda Raya, the Lord asked him, "What is the basic principle of human life?" Ramananda Raya answered that human civilization begins when Varnashrama Dharma is accepted. Before coming to the standard of Varnashrama Dharma, there is no question of human civilization. Therefore, the Krishna consciousness movement is trying to establish this right system of human civilization, which is known as Krishna consciousness or Daiva Varnashrama, divine culture. In India, the Varnashrama system has now been taken in a perverted way, and thus a man born in the family of a Brahmana, the highest social order, claims that he should be accepted as a Brahmana, but this claim is not accepted by the Shastra or Scripture. One's forefather may have been a Brahmana according to uh, Gotra, or the family hereditary order, but real Varnashrama Dharma is based on the factual quality one has attained regardless of birth or heredity. Therefore, we are not preaching the present day system of the Hindus, especially those who are under the influence of Sankaracharya. For Sankaracharya taught that the absolute truth is impersonal, and thus he indirectly denied the existence of God. Sankaracharya's mission was special. He appeared in order to reestablish the Vedic influence after the influence of Buddhism, because Buddhism was patronized by Emperor Ashoka 2,600 years ago. The Buddhist religion practically pervaded all of India. According to the Vedic literature, Buddha was an incarnation of Krishna who had a special power and who appeared for the special purpose. His system of thought or faith was accepted widely, but Buddha rejected the authority of the Vedas. While Buddhism was spreading, the Vedic culture was stopped, both in India and in other places. Therefore, since Sankaracharya's only aim was to drive away Buddha's system of philosophy, he introduced a system called Mayavada. Strictly speaking, Mayavada philosophy is atheism, for it is a process in which one imagines that there is a God. This Mayavada system of philosophy has been existing since time immemorial. The present Indian system of religion or culture is based on the Mayavada philosophy of Sankaracharya, which is a compromise with Buddhist philosophy. According to the Mayavada philosophy, there actually is no God, or if God exists, he is impersonal and all-pervading and can therefore be imagined in any form. This conclusion is not in accord with the Vedic literature. That literature names many demigods who are worshipped for different purposes, but in every case, the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, Vishnu, is accepted as the supreme controller. That is real Vedic culture. The philosophy of Krishna consciousness does not deny the existence of God and the demigods, but Mayavada philosophy denies both. It maintains that neither the demands nor God exist. Either the demigods nor God exist. For the Mayavadis, ultimately all is zero. They say that one may imagine any authority, whether Vishnu, Durga, Shiva, or the sun god, because all these are the demigods generally worshipped in society. But the Mayavada philosophy does not, in fact, accept the existence of any of them. The Mayavadis say that because one cannot concentrate one's mind on the impersonal Brahman, one may imagine any of these forms. This is a new system called Panchopasana. It was introduced by Sankaracharya, but the Bhagavad Gita does not teach any such doctrines, and therefore they are not authoritative. The Bhagavad Gita accepts the existence of the demigods. The demigods are described in the Vedas, and one cannot deny their existence, but they are not to be understood or worshipped according to the way of Sankaracharya the worship of demigods is rejected in the Bhagavad Gita. The Gita clearly states, Kamaistaistar Hrita Jnana Prapadyante Nya Devata Tam Tam Niyamam Astaya Pakritya Niyatak Swaya. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Furthermore, in Bhagavad Gita 2.44, Lord Krishna states, Bhagaisvarya prasaktanam taya parata chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadao navidyate. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service does not take place. Those who are pursuing the various demigods have been described as Hrita Jnana, which means those who have lost their sense. That is further explained in Bhagavad Gita 7.23. Antavat tu phalam te sam tad bhavati alplamedasam devan deva yajo yanti mad bhakta yanti mam api. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees reach my supreme abode. So that's Krishna speaking, but my devotees, devotees of Krishna, reach my supreme abode, meaning the eternal spiritual world. The rewards given by the demigods are temporary, because any material facility must act in connection with the temporary body. Whatever material facilities one gets, whether by modern scientific methods or by deriving benedictions from the demigods, will be finished with the body, but spiritual advancement will never be finished. People should not think that we are preaching a sectarian religion. No. We are simply preaching how to love God. There are many theories about the existence of God. The atheist, for example, will never believe in God. Atheists like Professor Jacques Monod, who won the Nobel Prize, declare that everything is chance, a theory already put forward long ago by the atheistic philosophers of India, such as Charvaka. Then other philosophies, such as the Karma Mimamsa philosophy, accept that if one goes on doing his work nicely and honestly, automatically the result will come, without need for one to refer to God. For example, the proponents of such theories cite the argument that if one is diseased with an infection and takes medicine that to counteract it, the disease will be neutralized. But our argument is that in this connection is that even if one gives a man the best medicine, he still may die. The results are not always predictable. Therefore, there is a higher authority, Daiva Netrena, a supreme director. Otherwise, how is it that the son of a rich and pious man becomes a hippie in the streets, or that a man who works very hard and becomes rich is told by his doctor Now you may not eat any food, but only barley water. The Mimamsa theory holds that the world is going on without the supreme direction of God. Such philosophies say that everything takes place by lust, kama, high to come. But by lust, a man becomes attracted to a woman, and by chance there is sex, and the woman becomes pregnant. There is actually no plan to make the woman pregnant, but by a natural sequence, when a man and woman unite, a result is produced. The atheistic theory, which is described in the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, is asuric or demoniac. It is actually everything. It is actually everything is going on in this way because of chance and resulting from natural attraction. This demoniac theory supports the idea that if one wants to avoid children, he may use a contraceptive method. Actually, however, there is a great plan for everything. The Vedic plan. The Vedic literature gives directions regarding how men and women should unite, how they should beget children, and what the purpose of sex life is. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that sex life sanctioned by the Vedic order, or sex life under the direction of the Vedic rules and regulations, is bona fide and is acceptable to him. But chance sex life is not acceptable. If by chance one is sexually attracted and there are children, they are called Varna Sankara, unwanted population. That is the way of the lower animals. It is not acceptable for humans. For humans, there is a plan. We cannot accept the theory that there is no plan for human life, or that everything is born of chance and material necessity. Sankaracharya's theory that there is no God and that one can go on with his work and imagine God in any form just to keep peace and tranquility in society is also more or less based on this idea of chance and necessity. Our way, however, which is completely different, is based on authority. It is this divine Varnashram Dharma that Krishna recommends, not the caste system as it is understood today. This modern caste system is now condemned in India also, and it should be condemned. For the classification of different types of men according to birth is not the Vedic or divine caste system. There are many classes of men in society. Some men are engineers, some are medical practitioners, some are chemists, tradesmen, businessmen, and so on. These varieties of classes are not to be determined by birth, however, but by quality. No such thing as the caste by birth system is sanctioned by the Vedic literature, nor do we accept it. We have nothing to do with the caste system, which is also at present being rejected by the public in India. Rather, we give everyone the chance to become a Brahmana and thus attain the highest status of life. Because at the present moment, there is a scarcity of Brahmanas, spiritual guides, and Kshatriyas, administrative men, And because the entire world is being ruled by Sudras, or men of the manual laborer class, there are many discrepancies in society. It is to mitigate all these discrepancies that we have taken to this Krishna consciousness movement. If the Brahmana class is actually reestablished, the other orders of social well being will automatically follow, just as when the brain is perfectly in order, the other parts of the body, such as the arms, the belly, and the legs, all act very nicely. The ultimate goal of this movement is to educate people in how to love God. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approves the conclusion that the highest perfection of human life is to learn how to love God. The Krishna consciousness movement has nothing to do with the Hindu religion or any system of religion. No Christian gentleman will be interested in changing his faith from Christian to Hindu. Similarly, no Hindu gentleman of culture will be ready to change to the Christian faith. Such changing is for men who have no particular social status, but everyone will be interested in understanding the philosophy and science of God and taking it seriously. One should clearly understand that the Krishna consciousness movement is not preaching the so-called Hindu religion. We are giving a spiritual culture that can solve all the problems of life, and therefore it is being accepted all over the world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So these are the words of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, the founder, Acharya of the Hare Krishna movement. And he's very clearly saying, look, we are not Hindus. Hindu is not even a Sanskrit word. It doesn't exist in Sanskrit. It was made up by the Muslims. On the other hand, what he's saying is that Krishna consciousness is not a sectarian type of a religion. It is all-encompassing for all people. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and dancing and feasting and engaging in devotional service, one can develop all spiritual qualifications to be ready to go to the spiritual world. Very simple and very wonderful philosophy. Everybody, simply by chanting Hare Krishna mantra and dancing and having nice Krishna prasadam and hearing lectures given by bona fide devotees and engaging in Harinam Sankirtan, one can develop very quickly love and devotion for Krishna and prepare oneself to go back to the spiritual world. Very simple, very wonderful, and full of ecstasy. Okay, I'll stop right there. Are there any questions or comments anyone would like to make? Any questions or comments? Yes? No? You want to sleep? You got a question? You don't? Maybe I'll give you a question. How about that? Yeah, here it says, I'll give you a chance to speak about this. The ultimate goal of the Hare Krishna movement is to educate people in how to love God. What do you think about that? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you'll see that, like, there are Christians, and they go to church every Sunday. But when they eat meat. Maybe there's some Christians that don't eat meat, but most of them do. So they haven't understood yet that meat eating is actually a violation of Krishna consciousness, of love of God, because God loves all creatures. And if there are some people who are killing the animals and eating them, that is a barbarian way of life. Yeah. So this meat eating is forbidden in Krishna consciousness. However, vegetables and milk and other nice substances like that are permitted. But why should a Christian who believes in God kill animals just to feed themselves when there's so many other things that you can eat without killing the animals? See? That is a false narrative. I know, they've been misled. That's another mistake. Obviously, the animal has a soul. Their gurus are not saying it. They're so called gurus. They're not gurus, they're kangaroos. They're misleading the people. No, there are. I know some Christians who don't eat meat and are very sattvic in their life. These are individual people. They don't eat meat. They figured it out on their own. Not to eat meat, not to kill anything. One time, long time ago, in my family, we had a woman who would come and press our clothes, and do house cleaning and things like that. So one day, I had caught some very nice butterflies, very beautiful ones. Of course, I killed them, but then I was pinning them on cotton and then to keep them as they, to show to people. So when I was placing the different butterflies that I had caught, this one lady who was working for our family, she would, take care of washing the clothes and also press clothes and things like that in our cellar. And I would always be in the cellar also right near her with my butterflies. But of course, the butterflies were dead. I killed them. But then I was trying to fix them in boxes. And at one point, I asked the Winnie. Her name was Winnie. I said, Winnie, can you just hold the this butterfly so that I can pin it properly. And she said, no, I won't do that. I said, why not? He said, because I'm a Christian. I said, look, I'm a Christian also. She said, no, I won't do it. I won't do anything that causes misery or death of a living being. I said, what do you mean living being? These are this is a butterfly. It's not a living being. She said, no, it's a living being, and they should be protected and not be killed unnecessarily. So at that time, I was not Krishna conscious at all. Right? I was just a young kid. But I was like really surprised. Later on, when I became a devotee, I realized that Winnie was very spiritually advanced, even though she wasn't a Hare Krishna. But she had learned on her own that you don't kill any living being. You have to respect all living beings. And she became, then in my mind I realized that she was very spiritually advanced on her own, right? She didn't have a guru, but by herself she figured out that you don't kill animals or insects or anything, and you have to respect God's creation. Okay, so that was very instructive for me, because here I realized that, especially when I became a devotee, I realized that Winnie was a highly advanced spiritual lady. Although she's just an ordinary householder, cleaning the house and things like that. Yeah. Okay, so then I'll just finish. Yeah. No, he drank grape juice. He didn't drink wine. Believe me, Jesus drank grape juice, fresh grape juice. Yeah. 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 And then wine, the blood of Jesus. Yeah. What did you take the? Yeah. 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 You see how horrible it is that the Christians are worshiping, let's say, their guru, Jesus, who was nailed on the cross. His hands and his feet were nailed on the cross, and he suffered terribly, right? And that is the way they deal with their guru. He is, but he was treated very, very badly. You see, that is not realistic. How can one person take all the sins of the people in the world? That's crazy. Well, look, the point is that Jesus was a pure devotee, no doubt about it. Yeah. But he was crucified. You know what that means? I mean, here's a pure devotee, and they take him and they crucify him. It's just like, we have Srila Prabhupada. He's a pure devotee. Would we ever take him and crucify him? And, crucifixion is horrible. They hammer nails into your hands and feet and your back, and they put you on the cross, and you have to stay like that until you die. It's very excruciating pain. Is that the way to respect a pure devotee of the Lord? Yeah, but the point is, we have Srila Prabhupada, right? Was he crucified? No, because we protect him and we venerate him. He's a pure devotee. You don't deal people, especially genuine devotees, with crucifixion or putting knives into their body and things like that. It just shows that there is still a lot of what you would call barbaric behavior amongst the Christians. Now, of course, they don't do that anymore. But they did do that, and it was horrible. The 2,000 years ago, people were still very involved in killing. It was a very, very prominent thing. There were all kinds of people being killed. And Jesus was one of them, right? Today, there's still a lot of killing going on, right? There's killing going on almost everywhere in the United States. All kinds of people getting killed. Also, yeah. So have the Christians or the Jews learned a lesson? No, they haven't. They're still killing. Let's see. Now, do we teach people to kill in Krishna consciousness? No, none of us are killers, right? We've all learned to be very, very careful about the sanctity of life. But in Christianity and other different religions, they're killing like anything. You know how many animals are being killed every year in the United States to feed people? It's a colossal number. Because when you add in the chickens and not just the bigger animals, but you have the smaller animals, you have the fish, you have the chickens, and so forth. It's hundreds and millions of living entities that are being killed and eaten in the United States. I'm not even talking about the whole, world. I'm just talking about the United States. What is it? And that's the United States? What? Aquatic, yeah. You mean fish and things like that. But this is in the United States, or is it talking about the whole world? Yeah, it's only in the USA. Huh? Okay, globally. It's all over the United States. Do you know what that means? 80 million cows. That's horrible. And then people wonder, why is there, heart attacks, and why is there war, and why are people uh, taking drugs and ruining their lives and things like that? It's because of this type of behavior. They are barbaric, killing animals like anything and eating them. And not only that, they kill cows. Cows are the most sacred animals. If you're going to kill an animal, don't kill a cow. But no, they love killing cows, you know. So it's not shock, it's not surprise that there's so much violence in the United States and other countries also. Yeah. Yeah. Because they've learned to be barbarians. They're not actually genuine people. We haven't got the message out yet. We have to do much more preaching. At least people should learn to become vegetarians and stop killing animals, stop eating animals. Then they have a chance to learn how to become Krishna conscious. But if they're eating, especially cows, then they're demons. And they're ruining their own life and their own health and also their duration of life. The Muslim preachers, what do they eat? Yeah. Because God has set aside those plants for us. That's why. God has set aside for us. If you read the Shastras, you'll see. Uh, if I can open up to Bhagavad Gita, I can show you what it says that we can eat certain vegetables and nuts and things like that. Yeah. But not cows, not liquor, not marijuana. People are going crazy. In the United States, you know how much how many people drink liquor in the United States? Why don't you look it up? And how many people are eating meat? How many people are also taking all kinds of drugs? It's terrible. And they think that they are civilized. They're not civilized. They're barbarians. What's it say? 54? 54 to 62% of the United States men, or men and women? Adults, yeah, men and women, are drinking, liquor. That's terrible. Very, very horrible. Then add also on top of that illicit sex and gambling and meat eating and so forth. No wonder there's so many hospitals in the United States. Yeah, young kids. They get hooked on marijuana and all kinds of horrible things. They're engaged in all kinds of illicit sex. So more people should come and hear our lectures. Then, little by little, they'll wake up and understand that they're destroying themselves. They don't have to be killed by anyone. They're killing themselves. Okay, so then I guess we'll stop right now, unless there are any other questions. That's not a problem. It's just, everybody has their own way of saying things. Yeah. We say Jai, and they say glory to God. These are, it's normal. Okay, any other questions or comments? You got a question? No? Not one question? You know everything? Then you should ask a question. Then you will learn one thing today. If you say, I know nothing, all right, that's okay. That's why you should ask one question. Then you'll learn one thing today. So you got a question? Yeah, go ahead. Take your time. Take your time. Okay, time is up. What's your question? You got to have at least one question. Go ahead. What is it? Well, you see, that's a good question. Yeah. Most people don't know, don't understand who they are. That's why when you come to the temple and you chant Hare Krishna and dance and have nice prasadam and hear lectures, you begin to know who you are. We are all the children of God. You see. So that means that our real purpose in life is to go back to the spiritual world where we came from. We all came from God or Krishna. Therefore, we have the right to go back to the spiritual world. That's where we came from. Once we understand that, then we give up engaging in sinful activities and become serious about spiritual life. Because we all came from Krishna originally. If you want to know what is our let's say genesis, where did we come from? We came from Krishna. All of us. All living entities, not just human beings. All living entities have come from Krishna. So therefore we have a right to go back to Krishna. Now you might not remember when you came from Krishna. But you can't deny that you were with your mother when you were born, right? And therefore, she also fed you, cleaned you, and protected you, and all these nice things that your mother did, and your father, and so forth. Ultimately, it's because they believe in God. That's why they did it. People don't believe in God. Sometimes they kill their children. So, you know how many abortions there are in a year? It's unbelievable. Hundreds and thousands of aborted children. So, therefore, we have to be very careful today, because there are many things that are actually sinful and ghastly that people are doing, such as aborting children, such as uh, having sex with children, and such as giving children drugs. So many things are happening in the United States. It's terrible. Right? Having sex with children and so forth. So we're very fortunate if we're interested in hearing about Krishna and Krishna consciousness. Now you can see there are not many people here. Not so many people are interested in hearing about Krishna and Krishna consciousness. But when you become serious about making spiritual progress, then you then you become interested in learning as much as you can about your relationship with Krishna, who is Krishna, what is your purpose in life, and so forth. These are the fundamental questions of life. What am I really supposed to do in this world? Am I simply supposed to eat, sleep, mate, and defend, and then die? Is that what my life is all about? Or is there something more than that, such as going back to the spiritual world for eternal life? Now, most people don't believe in that. Therefore, they're their own enemy. You were going to ask a question? Okay. Yeah, so most people are their own enemy. They don't need other enemies. They're doing a good job on themselves. Because even if you go into a supermarket now, I mean, I remember years ago, there was never wine or liquor in the supermarket. Right? Then all of a sudden, they started having liquor and wine in the supermarkets. And now, wine, it's like the whole, what do you call it, aisle of wine nowadays. Now, obviously, they wouldn't have it unless people want it and are buying it, obviously, right? So, cigarettes, wine, meat, all these things. By the way, because let's say when you go in a supermarket and you buy some things, actually we shouldn't do it because everything in the supermarket is actually contaminated. Because they have the butchery in the supermarket in the back, and then they're selling all these other things, condoms, and they're selling all kinds of liquors and so forth. You see, theoretically, we should not go and buy anything in a supermarket because it's all contaminated. That's why it's better to have our own farms, and we do have our own farms, and to eat only simple food that we grow. Because everything in a supermarket is contaminated. They have a whole meat market inside the supermarket, right? A whole meat, meat aisle, yeah. And usually you see them, their clothes are bloody, and they're not killing the animals there. The animals are already killed, but they're cutting the animals, and sometimes they get blood all over. So it's completely contaminating. So if you want to be a strict vegetarian, you should never buy anything in a supermarket because it's contaminated. Right? And as devotees, we should not eat anything in a supermarket. It's contaminated. Okay, so next time I see you in the supermarket, or the next time you see me in a supermarket, then you know, wait a minute. Okay, so any other questions or comments? Any other questions or comments? Hare Krishna. Question? What? You want to have some kirtan? Okay, get the drum. Huh? No, you play drum. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shishi Radha Nilamadava ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo. Nitai Gaur Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo. Hey, bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Gaura Bhakta Vinda, Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Wala Gaura Bhakta Vinda, Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Radhe 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 Radhe. Krishna 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna. Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rakshama. Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahimam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Krishna, 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 hey! Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshama. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava Pahimam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol, 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 Haribol. Haribol, 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 Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandrajaya Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Gaura Bhakta Vinda, Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Gaura Bhakta Vinda, Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Swara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigara. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigara. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karuna Karanam. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karuna Karanam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate. Samprapte sanita kale, nahi rakshata dukra karine. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Madamate. Samprapte sanite kale. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Samprapte sanite kale. Nahi nara. Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate. Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate. Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate. Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate. Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Samgovinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate. Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Satatam Kirtayantam Tantascha Namastantascha Satatam Kirtan Satatam Kirtantumam Yatantascha Jitarata. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Pacham Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yami Bhakta Prayacham Madham Bhakti Bhakti. Pacham Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Uparitam Anami Patyat Tatmana. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prabhupada, Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Nama, Hare Nama Vikevalam, Kalo Nasteva, Gati Anyata. Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, Gati Anyata. Bolo Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, Gatiranyata. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna 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 Chaitanya. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, 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 Gatiranyata. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, 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 Gatiranyata. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Premanande Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Gaura Premanande Haribo. Thank you very much, my dear devotees. That was nice. Hare Krishna. Okay. Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you, brother. You got to play every night.
পরে বসতে চায়। नमस्ते नरसिंह जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव Turn off the light. Turn off the light. Narasimha.